Hey, do you have extra money? Do you know what to do with it? In this video, we're going to show you how to spend your money. Son number 2 called me last Friday after receiving a bonus. His question to me was savings versus debt. We talked about it for a few minutes, kicked around some of the options that he had thought about, and I believe he chose debt. However, after thinking about it while mowing the grass, I realized that there are more options that I could have given him. Option number 1, health insurance. Always put your health above everything else because without it, there is nothing else. So if you do not have health insurance, make sure you use your stimulus check to go out and get health insurance. Now, my son has a job, so I'm sure he has pretty decent health insurance, but that leads to the second point, medical expenses. Even if you have a great plan, medical expenses with the copay can really put a burden on your financial situation. The third point for health insurance is rising drug prices. I once had to buy an inhaler, but because my insurance company didn't cover it, it was $400. I almost had a heart attack having to pay for that inhaler. And then the last one is, as you get older, you have chronic issues that start to pop up. You want to be able to cover that medicine because remember, that medicine becomes a reoccurring monthly bill. The next thing you should do with any bonus money coming in or your stimulus check is to pay down debt. By paying down debt, you give yourself an instant raise. Remember, paying down debt means that you pay less interest on the principal. You also reduce your stress by not having to worry about the debt that you have to pay. You improve your credit score. You're actually increasing your future earnings because any extra money that comes in at that point is yours to keep. This last one is my favorite. You reduce the number of bills you pay. Oftentimes, many people have more than one credit card and they struggle to remember which one they pay for the month, especially if it's not automated. So I love to reduce the number of bills I pay. The next option is to pay yourself first. And when I say pay yourself, I don't mean put money in your pocket to go have fun with. I mean create an emergency fund. Sock away some cash, just a little bit out of every check. The first thing that this does is it sets your priorities. If you can focus on what you need to have in an emergency fund every paycheck, then you should be able to build it up enough to where you don't have to worry about an emergency. It also builds discipline because you're constantly focusing on what you should be doing with your money. The last thing I like about this option is it creates a good financial role model. Even though we don't know it, our kids watch how we spend money. If they think that money is just coming out of thin air, that's the way they're going to spend money when they become adults. So always pay yourself first, create that emergency fund. All right, next to last, we have index funds. The reason I put index funds next is because they are lower risk. Notice, I didn't say low risk, I said lower risk because all investing has risk. But index funds are affordable. You can find index funds with very, very low fees. They also offer quick diversification. so you can buy the entire market at once. Index funds also give you attractive returns over time. This is because the index funds are designed to keep track with the S&P 500 or the Dow or the Nasdaq, whichever one you choose to buy. Index funds also do not have managers. So you're not paying high fees for managers to constantly trade your money. The last thing about indexing it is you keep your money working for you. So even if you don't want to do the research to pick individual stocks, you can buy an index fund, be diversified, and keep your money making more money. All right, this last one is actually my number one plan. This is my go-to option when I get any extra money. I always invest. And because I like doing the research, I invest in individual stocks. Now, I do have some ETFs and I do have a regular index fund, but most of my money comes from individual stock. That's because I like doing the research. By investing, you grow your money. You also can save for retirement. You earn higher returns than a bank. I don't want to put my money in the bank and get 2 cents for every $100 that I put in there. That's not doing me anything because at that rate, I will never ever outperform inflation. I will actually be losing buying power for every dollar that I leave in the bank. So for me, investing is my go-to option. Well, like I said before, I wish I was able to offer my son more options during our talk. Hopefully, he'll see this video and remember these other options that I put forth. I hope this video helped you figure out what to do with your extra cash. So now you know what to do. And to all my dividend family out there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night.